Now, the second question to ask yourself is, was the format and modality that you chose suitable? So, this is a key question, and of course, ideally, we should be asking it before the intervention, but sometimes it is possible that despite our best intention, we got sucked into settling for a modality which wasn't the most effective one for a given training. Maybe you've delivered a 30-minute course when 5-minute micro modules would have been more effective. On the flip side, maybe you've divided up a training into smaller elements when a longer, cohesive, uninterrupted learning experience would have been more effective. And learners are really missing out on a holistic understanding, which is critical for them for that particular content. There are some subjects and some situations where it doesn't make sense to divide it up into very short bites. So this is something that you need to ask yourself. So if the current engagement is very low with that particular modality, then this is definitely an area worth exploring for an enhanced version of the training. And if the area is critical enough, you might even want to repurpose that training into other modalities. So reassess the structure of your course. If it's too long and you're finding learner engagement dropping for whatever reason, consider cutting it down into or paring it down into just the core essentials. On the other hand, if it's too fragmented, it may be worth combining these micro elements into a more cohesive, uninterrupted learning experience. Also consider whether this particular modality really serves the purpose, or if performance support is a better and a more logical solution where you're serving up job aids and other performance support resources at the learner's point of need. Now, coming to the next question, does your learning intervention have enough real world challenges included in it? Content is only as good as its application. So, regardless of whether you're teaching a knowledge based or skill based course, you need to ask yourself if you have included real world challenges that mimic what learners face on the job. Without that, learners may engage with the material, they might even find it interesting, but still struggle when it comes to applying it in real life. So, if you find that you have not included adequate number of real world challenges in the training, it's worth revisiting that training. Incorporate scenario based learnings or problem solving exercises into your training. Push learners to confront the challenges that they would actually encounter on their job. If you've included only passive learning elements, then it's time to rethink how to make the content more interactive and relevant. Now, coming to the next question, is the training disruptive in a good way? Now, disruption is a word that we usually associate with something negative. It has negative connotations for the most part. But great learning experiences always push boundaries, and that could be disruptive for the learner. But it's an essential disruption. They challenge assumptions, provoke critical thinking, and encourage self-reflection. If your training isn't prompting learners to reconsider what they know, it may not be effective enough. Disruption actually helps engage learners emotionally, and it makes the content stick. So, if you feel that your learning intervention wasn't disruptive in a good way, go back to the drawing board if it's a key learning and add elements that foster critical thinking. You could include questions that prompt learners to challenge their own assumptions, or case studies that require reflection and synthesis of what they've learned to arrive at a solution. So, disrupt the learner's comfort zone. This is worth including in an updated version of the training should you choose to do so.